Need to get your Shopify products into a spreadsheet? In this video, I'll show you how to export your product data, your variants, your images, metafields, all of it, into an Excel or CSV file using Altera. Whether you're backing up your product catalog, migrating to another store, or want to do some bulk edits offline, this is the way you do it. Alright, here I am in the Altera app. To start, click on New Export. The first thing we'll do is choose which data type to export. We want products, so select that. Quick note, Altera can export a lot more than just products. We have collections, metafield definitions, meta-object definitions, translations, orders. We'll stick with products today, but the process is similar for everything else. Now you can see the column groups below. These are the categories of product data that you can include in your export. We have general, which contains basic fields like title and description, inventory, variants, images, media, and more. Each group expands so you can see the exact columns in it. You can toggle individual columns on or off, or deselect an entire group if you don't need it. For our example, we're also going to select the metafields and SEO data for our export. If you're coming from Matrixify, this will look familiar. Altera uses the same spreadsheet format, so the column names and structure match what you're used to. Your existing workflows, templates, formulas, they'll all carry over. But Altera also gives you columns that you won't find in Matrixify. For example, unit prices or country-specific HS codes for products, and other fields like store credit for customers. If you've been exporting those manually, you no longer need to. If you don't want to export the entire catalog, use filters. Open the filter section and you can narrow things down by product type, vendor, status, tags, whatever you need. For example, if I only want my active products to show, I can choose the status filter and set it to active. Note that for most data types, you'll also see a preview of the number of items included up top. And it's as simple as that. You don't need to export everything every time. Now let's configure the rest before we run this. First, your file format. You have Excel, CSV, and a few other options here. Excel is the way to go for most cases. It keeps your sheets organized in one file and handles formatting better. The only real reason to pick CSV is if you're dealing with a very large export or with another program that's expecting the data in CSV format. You can also give your export a custom file name, which is useful if you're setting up a repeating export. Speaking of which, you can schedule your exports to run at a fixed schedule. We have a bunch of options here, including every day, every couple hours, and so forth. And here's something nice. If you need to change the schedule later, you can just edit it. You don't have to delete the job and recreate it from scratch. Scrolling down, you can also export your data directly to Google Drive, Google Sheets, FTP servers, or WebDAV. So if you have an automated pipeline that picks up files from a server, Altera fits right into that. There are also a few formatting options that we have here. There's a datetime format, how phone numbers are formatted, and how image file formats work. I'll leave these as the default now, but it's there if you need it. Everything looks good, so let's go up to the top and click on Start Export. Now the app will interface with the Shopify API, download all the product data for you, and after just a few seconds, have that ready for you. And it's done. Click on Download Output and get the Excel file. Let's open it up. And here we have the Excel file. You can see all the columns we selected across the top. One thing, if you're new to this, is products with multiple variants or multiple images will take up more than one row. So this product here has several variants, and we can see that by scrolling over to the variant columns where we'll see the different option values for each variant. Same deal with images. Each image gets its own row. That's just how this data is structured in the spreadsheets. Once you get used to it, it starts to make sense. If we scroll further along here, we'll see our metafields. There's product level metafields, then variant metafields, and Shopify metafields. At the bottom, we also have an export summary tab, which is useful if you need to see some details about your job. One more thing before we go. We covered products today, but if you need to export translations, metafield definitions, meta-object definitions, or catalog data, Altera also supports that. Those are data types that Altera supports, which you won't find in other tools like Matrixify. So if you've been stuck trying to get that data out of Shopify, give those a look. That's it. That's how you export your Shopify products with Altera. I'll link the written tutorial and help center in the description if you want to follow along at your own pace. And if you have any questions, we're always available through the in-app chat or on the help center. Thanks for watching.